It's the 22nd of July and I'm in Kfir with Kfir Monsenago. Yay, hi Kfir. Oh boy, you're one of my heroes because you actually stuck it out for what, 6 months in Tikva, rain and snow.
I'm from the guys who started it over there. I mean, there were some very short protests in front of Mandelblatt's house, which is like how's it called in the US? It's like the general attorney, something like that.
Let's go back to the beginning and tell everybody out there who don't know anything what's going on in Israel right now.
Right, okay, back to Mandelblatt. So there's this guy called Meni Naftali who used to work in the Prime Minister Netanyahu's house. He was like
like the housekeeper, I guess, or the
I guess, but it's a bit more than that. He was also in charge of security, but he went out with some corruptions inside the Prime Minister's house. And since he was familiar to most of the people in Israel, he decided after he was fired, he decided he wants to start a protest, a weekly protest every Saturday in front of Mandelblatt's house. And
he actually won a court case for unfair dismissal and abuse that he suffered, didn't he?
Right.
And he won against Netanyahu.
Exactly. For the way he was fired. It was about a group of about 30 people in the beginning who joined him there. We stood there in the rain, in the cold, and it didn't look like it was going to expand. It was like 30 to 50 people.
Yeah.
Sometimes 50, sometimes 30, maybe 60, but that's about all it was.
Yeah.
For about like 5-6 months, and then there was an incident in which the police broke his arm during an arrest. Now this broke to all the news channels,
wasn't it? Everywhere,
and the news was over it for 24/7. And then the people of Israel started to wake up and realize there is a protest against the corruption, which we all know. We all know Israel is one of the most corrupt countries in the world, not the Western world, in the whole world.
The whole world. You know, people watching this from America particularly won't believe this, you know. But
people don't know. People don't know, but the problem is that the Jewish people do know. I mean, it's on television.
Yeah, we all know.
There's been documentaries has been made about this. I'll give an example in the corruption chart of the world. I think India. I mean, I love India. I got nothing against India.
Yeah, we like India.
It's supposed to be a third world country, very corrupt, and we are more corrupt.
You're above them.
Yes,
you're actually.
We're winning.
I know. They're bottom of the OECD this week for investment in public services. So top and bottom, we're so proud. So this kicked off, and I understand now in Petah Tikva it's turned political. It's more about the election. I'm hearing through the grapevine.
You know how these things. Once people started noticing the protest is gaining power after
after all that scandal
in the sorry, the word
after the scandal,
after the news was all over it. So some political people saw this as a power, as a place of gaining power.
Yeah.
Okay. People who want to just replace Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Saw this as an opportunity to go over there and speak and get a stage. And
well, they've got that right now. There's thousands there.
Yes, it's a big problem, and there is a very big dilemma there because on one hand they want as much people there, and politicians do bring crowd. It is true.
They do, don't they? So does the Channel 10 and
sadly, but they do. And so the organizers there, they decided they do want the politicians there because they want as many people to go out, but the main reason for this protest was corruption. It was supposed to be not a protest against Benjamin Netanyahu specifically. It was more about Mandelblit, the general attorney, who is not doing his job properly.
It doesn't appear that he is, although there's an awful lot of people being investigated. We're seeing Chaim Katz,
Yes.
we're seeing Ari Derry, we're seeing a whole bunch of people.
Right.
Mickey Gaynor,
Right.
who I hear is turning state's evidence.
Right.
Is it true?
Yeah, I know. We hear about it every day now. I think the pressure is working. I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you. The pressure was working even when we were just like 30 people there.
Right.
You could see the police.
Oh,
the
boy.
police. The street was in siege. Police siege. You couldn't go in there.
It was crazy, and the
yeah.
violence from the police was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they were taking men, women,
Yes.
and God knows what down.
Yeah, they were very-
Why have you moved? What made you move? I mean, I know you know
What
how to
made-
build it.
I think it became too political over there. There is it's the opposition. Very many people from the Israeli parliament, from the opposition to the current government, are showing up there, are are filming themselves, interviewing there.
Oh
As
boy,
if-
it's
as
just
if
one
they were-
after another, just
and-
standing giving speeches now. I've noticed
Yes,
that.
and they're making it look like as if they were there from day one.
Yeah.
And they actually weren't. We were standing 30
Gee,
people
guys.
there, and just when the crowd came, after like we said before, the news channels started being interested in what happened after Meni Naftali broke his arm. So the politicians came. They weren't there from the beginning.
Right.
And now they're trying to make it look like as if they were there from the beginning.
You're a big supporter of Rafi Rotem. We all
Right.
are. We love Rafi
Right.
and
I love
Shuki.
Rafi, of
Shuki's
course.
out. Were you the person that?
Shuki.
There's Shuki.
My
Yeah, we
Shuki,
love
yeah.
Shuki Michel. He's such
He's
a
one
hero
of
in
our
Israel.
heroes.
He is one of the heroes in Israel
Yes,
with Rafi.
exactly.
Top 5 whistleblowers Rafi in the world, alongside Julian
That's
Assange
amazing,
and
yeah.
Edward Snowden and Chelsea Branning. All these people. God, what a hero.
That's amazing.
There was a big fundraiser for what, $50,000 to actually take a civil lawsuit on Ruth David, one of the most corrupt people still out of jail. Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
is it moving? Is it?
Okay, first of all, he's going to use it for a smaller lawsuit for some police violence that he's been through, in which he was hospitalized after.
Yeah.
Because what's happening in Israel is that the whistleblowers are being just, I don't know how to explain
Persecuted
it.
is the word I'm trying to find.
Persecuted, yeah, persecuted by the police, by every part of the institution. I mean, Rafi Rotem, he was charged for murder. He was charged for trying to bomb a car, which we all know is the most honest, straight person, law-keeping
He's
person
amazing.
in the world.
So we've got Rafi, the whistleblower, on the tax. I hope that's not for us. We've got Shuki and Rafi on the tax authority. We're just going to hold while this.
Yeah.
It's not our guys.
No,
thank
no,
goodness.
it's not.
Nobody did anything tonight.
They do come visit
They
every
might be
week,
visiting.
but they are not as brutal here as in Petah Tikva, because this is Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is still a bit
Reasonable.
different from the rest of
No
Israel.
martial law.
Yeah.
Let's tell all the outsiders. We've got Rafi and Shuki and a bunch who've exposed the tax, horrendous tax corruption.
Right.
$50 billion, $50 billion,
It's,
50 billion
it's
shekel a
shekels,
year.
yeah, but this is only the amount we've got proof.
Right.
For.
I mean, it's just massive.
It's gotta be more.
Massive,
It's probably about 200 billion shekels, which is
And
like
we've got films on that.
50
We've got Barak
50
Cohen,
billion.
the lovely Barak,
Yes.
who's exposed the bank frauds
Right.
and the bank
Right.
corruption, and
Right.
he's been under pressure.
Right.
But he's still got his license and he's still out of jail. But boy, has he suffered. We know he's suffered as well.
Yes. He's,
We've got Laurie Shem Tov and Moti Label, Welfare, who really got it bad. And I don't
which
know.
is there is one happy turn about that. That I think the public is starting to realize that something very wrong is going on with Moti, Laurie, and Tzvi's trial. Lately, people are starting to wake up to it.
Are
In
you
the
aware
beginning-
there was an attempt on Zvi's life and he's been moved to solitary in
No,
Netanya?
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a hit on him, and it's pretty serious. So he's been moved. So he's now in solitary. This is a lawyer who actually defended Laurie and Motti. He was their lawyer. He saved all the people. He's exposed. He's a UN representative.
It's pretty obvious that these people knew too much, as you say. They just knew too much about corruption inside it's like judges corruption, and they're trying to shut them up in any way possible. But there is one happy thing that's happening, I can say, about this. It's all sad with the story, but the public is starting to realize that something very wrong is going on here, because
well, I'm writing to the UN every single day, which means they have to write to Israel every single day through the process, and they're getting a report today for the last 12 days.
Job.
So hopefully it's happening, trust me. So people outside are struggling. I've just done a few radio shows lately, and it's really waking up the Americans. It's the funding. We've got a problem with funding. I see a problem. You're not getting anything.
No, we're all...
No, the same.
Everything is a volunteer work here.
Yeah,
we're enjoying every minute.
Poverty. There's no money in Israel right now.
No.
So you encourage a lot of people to come over and join you, or should they stay where they are and watch from a distance?
First of all, we are here and not in front of the Attorney General's house, because I think that goal number one is to wake up the public.
100%.
You can see that the coffee shops are full, the bars are full.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest city in Israel, and there is only like 60-70 people here protesting.
It's okay, you started with a few. I know what you're
we
like.
started
You'll
20.
have thousands in a few months.
Just a month ago, we were just 20 people here.
Yeah, you'll do it. So my question to you, you're amazing.
Thank you.
Bibi is going to be indicted. It looks as if he's going to be indicted with the submarine.
It looks like that, yeah.
It's not looking good. Do you think he'll escape on a plane, or do you think he'll actually get indicted? What do you think?
I think he'll go to like a nice prison. It's like a vacation there, and he'll get out. He'll be released a very rich man.
It's hard for anybody to believe that Bibi Netanyahu is actually going to be indicted, but it's coming, isn't it? I mean, the questions that it's not just the cigars and the champagne.
It definitely looks like that. The problem is that they get out the rich people from jail, and in Israel we've got people who came back into politics. They've been in jail.
You mean Ari Deri, who went down for corruption and he's still under investigation?
Exactly.
Our lawyer
was in jail. Now he's a minister.
Now our lawyer Zvi has actually sat with Chaim Katz's son in prison. He's sat with Miki Ganoa in prison, and he's sat with quite a few of these investigations. So he kind of knew quite a bit. But they all got a really nice cell. They all got good stuff, and he didn't go into that cell, by the way.
Of course not.
But they're all going home and they're having holidays. So, do you like being in Israel? Do you like being a Jewish Israeli?
I don't really know anything else. You know, I've been around the world. I never lived in another place, but I cannot live here because I want to stay where my family is, where my friends are.
But you love the country. You just want a better one, yeah?
Sure, I want a better one, but I know that the problems that we are talking about here are problems all over the world.
They are all over the world. The only thing is that this is censored so heavily that hardly anybody knows about it, you know?
In Israel.
Even half the Israelis don't know about it.
No, they don't. We've got some kind of a chance maybe in Israel to make a change because it's a small country. It's a smaller country. And so it's like an upside and a downside, because what's happening in protests in Israel is that like 50% of the crowd is like undercover police officers.
Can you do a bit in English for the watchers every week? Every Saturday they keep saying, translate Marianne, translate, and of course I can't.
For what?
They want to know what's going on here every Saturday night. I'm publishing.
You wanna walk
Let's
over
go down there and watch. But I tell you what,
see the guys.
so many people want to know what's happening on a Saturday, and they need a few English signs, as I keep saying to you, you know?
Yeah.
What do you like? I keep travelling halfway across the world for you. So what does that say? What does our sign say here?
Okay. What we're seeing here actually is a quote from the Bible, where it says, "The ministers are thieves." This is a quote from the Bible up here.
Yeah.
And it says Mandelblit is holding back investigations.
Now we know the judges are probably some of the most corrupt judges in the world.
We got someone with his can we just take a picture of you for a
Oh,
minute?
hello there.
This is Mandelblit.
There's our Mandelblit, Attorney General, who's not
Thanks
doing
for
his
coming.
job.
Thank you
Mr.
very much
Mandelblit
for coming.
Don't speak. I don't want you to say anything. Your secret is safe.
And
So
we can see
people are
some nice children here.
Oh,
Some parents who brought
yeah.
the children.
It's great to get the kids
Even
in.
the
We've even
animals.
got a dog.
The animals are with
I think
us.
it should have a mask though. I'm so proud of you guys. I've been in this country for so many years. I thought you'd never do it, you know.
Thank you very much.
Here, I'm so proud of you. I'm going to be back and back and back, you know.
All right.
Okay, cheers.